Hey, hey, my creative friends. It is a new You, Me, Same 3. And I know that my desk looks like a train wreck, but it is going to help me find the inspiration today. So, when I saw what Michelle had sent, which were these tag and then the little card and then whatever that other little thing is, I immediately knew that I wanted to make a tiny little accordion kind of journal or something with it. So I am going in like very messy like I roll, and I'm taking, that was like buffed ivory or something like that, and I'm just like kind of pushing back some of the background with the, I think that was just like a random scrap that was on my desk. And then I am going to take a little bit of gel medium, and I'm going to use it as my adhesive. And the reason I chose that over, say, a glue stick is because accordion book kind of moves back and forth. And so that was a random piece of masking tape that I had there that I just stuck down, that was stuck to my desk. Oh, Lord. Somehow or another, I always pull it out, y'all. But I sometimes worry about myself. And I'm taking a giblet scrap of paper that I had, and I'm using that as my kind of my tape to connect that playing card over to the tag. Now, what I will say is, if you are watching, I would just like, well, if you're here, Tiffany, they are definitely watching. Okay, so that was totally not even appropriate to the conversation. However, my call out here is let one side dry. Do not be a Tiffany and try to push it, and then it's going to get all stuck to your work surface unless it's like plastic or something like that. And then I decided to use this piece of, what is this a piece of? Packing, like a little paper bag from the store, I think is what it is. And then I'm also taking my ledger washi. If you don't know, I do have a few designs of washi tape available. The ledger has sold out, and there's still a few of some of my other ones left, so you can check that out in the description box if you're interested in that. And if you've purchased washi tape or any other products for me, thank you so much. You just don't know how it means. It makes this old Southern gal happy to know that you love and support my work. So then I went in with this random Neocolor 2 black crayon that was sitting there and just made some real messy scribbles. And I'm still not exactly sure how that 5-cent one is going to come in. So another thing that I really love about the Neocolors is, like, when you're using your heating tool to dry, you can like double duty. So double duty in a sense that it heats up, and so it heats up your substrate, and so it really allows that yumminess to come off. And I think that Neocolor 2 wasn't a Neocolor 2. I think it was like a Dina Wakley scribble stick, to be quite honest with you. So that is how I have it all put together here. And then I'm trying to think, how could I connect it if I wanted it to be like a little tie or something. And then I decided just to sit on it for a second and flip it over and do the same thing I did on the back, using that gel medium, using that ledger washi tape just to connect it all. Now, I have been picking, or actually unpicking, a vintage quilt that was literally disintegrating. Okay, and I have been at night, I have been picking on this quilt, picking the top layer from the bottom layer, and just trying to salvage anything that, which is all of it, because y'all know I'm not going to throw any of it away, but I've just been taking it apart. And so I had that floral strip there, And that was a, what, Marabou? Is that what it is? Marabou crayon. Like a magenta color. And because I was trying to pull a little bit of that red, because Michelle gave us all kinds of red with that card and the 5-cent thing on the front, and it had some red, and then there was also some red on the top of this tag, which you can't see on the back side. And so I was just thinking that maybe that magenta might be close enough to red that it would work. So when I'm snapping my fingers, if you're new here, that is code word for Tiffany is jamming out to music, and I'm dancing a little jig back there. I'm just making it all happen. So that's why you want me to do this voiceover, so it doesn't take for freaking ever, right? And so I'm taking all the paper giblets that I have around and sticking them, and then I have this stitched little things that actually did not make it, but they are for my friend Shelly, who is Be Kind. I just lost it that quick on Instagram. She's Be Kind _ something. Have fun? Why do I want to say that? Let me look it up right here. Y'all talk amongst yourself. I'll be back. Yes, it is Be Kind _ have fun. And so she sells these little stitch tags. And so I was trying to make that happen, but I didn't. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to connect that piece of quilted fabric with a button, like a vintage button that I just happen to have in my stash. Tiff. They're going to call hoarders on you. You might want to settle down telling everybody about all the amount of crap that you have. Okay, Tiff. Sounds good. And I'm going to stitch that button to this little vintage quilted block, back and forth, back and forth. And I don't really know, I'm just sewing it, just tacking the button on. And I am kind of being aware of how tight it is, because I have made the mistake and stitched the button, if it's not a button shank, so tight that I couldn't get the little thing to swirl around it. And by thing, I am referring to the string at the top of the tag, if you are not following all of the crazy talk that I have going on in my head right now. And so I'm going to use that heavy gel matte medium, and I'm going to use it to attach this quilted block onto this paper bag that I so messedly made. And then I'm just going to whip and nay-nay that string around there. But I thought, Tiff, I'm not really 100 on this whole deal with you sticking this. Is it really going to stick? Is it really going to hold that button on? I don't know. So I added some staples just for the sheer pleasure of doing some staples. And now I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready. I got an inkling. And, you know, that's why the more you make, the more items you make, the more creativity you use, you build this muscle memory. And I had a flashback to the index card that I did last year and how I created a hinge where I could connect like a picture and something to like a little bitty Flappy Doo on it. And so I was like, yes, Flappy Doo, let's go. And then because I am like a squirrel, I decided that I wanted to add some texture at the top. So I'm taking, this is part of a bag. Shout out Tiffany for those awesome bags that you sent me that I have just been using in like every project, it seems, since I received them in the mail the other day. And so I'm just going to take a little bit of instant coffee with that fabric, just to create a little bit of extra texture. And then I'm going to come back, y'all, to that 5 cents a while ago. I just had to let it marinate. Sometimes, like, you have a good idea and then you got to just, like, think on it just a hot pair of seconds because you're not sure, like, exactly what you're wanting to do. And then out of the corner of my eye, Tim Holtz's, what does he call these, photo booths, pictures were sitting there. And I was like, hot diggity daggum. I really didn't. I just said hot diggity damn, but I was trying to be censored, but that's just not who I am. So we're just going to, yeah. Anyway, moving on. So I'm taking that little tabby thing and I'm going to create like literally a hinge mechanism of sorts to the photo with some gel medium. And then I'm going to come in with my handy dandy long handle stapler. If y'all don't have one of those, go ahead and hook yourself up with a long handle stapler. I do have a link below in my Amazon affiliate store, because y'all, I use this like all the freaking time. If you've been here on my channel for a long time, y'all probably are tired of seeing my stapler, but that $15 stapler right there is my ride or die. I don't know how many years I've had it. A heck of a long time. And so I'm going to use my awl. Y'all, Google just started talking in my speaker in my other room. I don't know what she was talking about. But anyway, so now I'm going to use one of those itty bitty teeny tiny safety pins from Tim Holtz. Shout out, Tim. We doing things over here, buddy, with all your stuff. You got some good stuff. We're using it. He'll never watch it, so I don't know why I'm saying that, but it makes me feel fancy. And then I found a word. I think it says dutifully or something. Heck, I can't even remember. I did this the other day. It's a word. That's all that matters. Out of my book. And then so I can count this for my 100 days of cardboard project. You see that little morsel of cardboard that I just whipped down there? Well, yep, that's what it was. It was from that really messy, grungy, excuse me, cardboard that I did on one of our videos back in the day. And then I'm pulling just all the giblets, y'all. So what I'm telling y'all is this whole freaking little bitty book was made from the giblets. All of the giblets. And if you're new here, giblets is what I refer to as the small morsels and fabrics of paper that you just can't discard. It's just so good. You can't let it go, but then it just starts taking your life over. And so here I am. I did not know that, y'all, this is not sponsored by Tim Holtz or Ranger or anyone else. But I used the Tim Holtz number stencil. And I don't really use stencils very much, but today. So since Michelle brought us with the 5, we had the 1, we've got the numbers with the tags, I just automatically thought, let's put some little bit of stenciled numbers on there. And when I say I thought about it, I really didn't think about it. It just happens. Like, again, the muscle memory, the more things that you create, the more your intuition just starts playing in and you start listening to that. So I am applying this giblet fabric with, what was that? Oh, gel medium. That's what it was. And then, see, I whip and nay that little swirly whirl of string at the top, and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And then I'm adding more numbers with my number 2, the old trusty number 2. I'm just sketching it over that fabric, so it's really, really faint and not like all up in your face like, hey, numbers, but more like hi, numbers. Hello, numbers. I'm here hanging out with you in this whole number collage. And to be quite honest with you, I'm absolutely in freaking love with this tiny book. Okay? I just am. I just love it. And then I ended up dipping it all in that Payne's Gray, because that's what I do. And then I decided I was going to just add another little giblet of that quilt. So I would have a little bit on the back, a little bit on the front. So that's what I'm doing. And my button got all Payne's Gray up because I'm a mess. And we are done. Now don't you go hanging up, y'all. Check it out. Here is what it looks like all put together. So I had a blast making this little bitty accordion book. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and this is giving you some ideas of how you can go and make your own little book. So thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, oh, before that, have you subscribed Sugarfoot, listen, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'm on a mission and I'm a long way from my goal, but I would love to see 20,000 by my birthday, May 21st. Probably not going to happen, but I love you all the same. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And until next time, y'all, what do we say? Toodaloo!